This is something that we had anticipated. Lloyd Blankfein having set up his succession plan by appointing David Solomon as the sole COO and president of the firm. How is this latest detail different, or how does it fold into the reporting we've already done on Goldman Sachs and succession?
I think it's a little faster. Well, I guess it solidifies when it's happening, because now I guess they're saying December. So it's not much faster, but it's clear that there's not going to be uncertainty around it, right? The people at Goldman know and are going to quickly know where they stand with the new CEO. And I think that is maybe what's freaking out the market today, because the stock is down on a day where the rest of the market's up, and it's down more than rivals. And we've seen some departures recently. There was a shakeup on the trading desk. So I think investors are a little more nervous than this transition than maybe we anticipated.
Is it perhaps because Goldman will be celebrating its 150th anniversary in 2019, and perhaps there was some thinking that Lloyd Blankfein would stay through that and the transition would be a little bit more extended as a result?
I think there was a thought that would be pretty smooth, that it wasn't someone coming in from the outside. Yes, he was a banker and not a trader, and that's going to shake things up. But I think even Blankfein had been pushing them away from trading before that. But I guess with the departures, it's never easy when there's a new person running the place.
Just looking at the share price reaction in light of that news, and we did see some softness. Just pull up the share price, guys, if we can, and you can have a look at what we're seeing now. It's bouncing already. I mean, I don't call that a freak out. As you've said, this is perhaps a little bit earlier, and there is a transition going on as far as Goldman Sachs is concerned. But, this has been pretty well telegraphed, Stephen, surely.
Yes, it has. I think the one some stumbling block has been that there's an assumption that Goldman was going to de-risk. I mean, that's where Blankfein had been moving, and eventually the choice to go with Solomon rather than Schwartz was to go with a banker and to move Goldman back to its roots and away from its trading desk. Well, then, now all of a sudden, we had this very good quarter, right, where Goldman's trading desk bounced back and profit came back there. And so I think there's a little more uncertainty of, okay, are they really going to pivot as much as they thought? Or, if profits are good on the trading desk, maybe they can't really walk away from that business.
Yeah. How much of a pivot versus how much continuity? Bloomberg Opinion's Stephen Gandel. Thank you so much for that. Let's get more now on Goldman Sachs with Bloomberg's Michael Moore. Michael, we were just talking about it there. This has been well telegraphed. Scarlett mentioned as well, with Mr. Solomon put into position now perhaps to see a smooth transition here. Should we be so surprised if ultimately December is the date now, not some point in 2019?
Yeah, I think you were looking at some sort of 12-month window here, whether it was in December or sometime in 2019. Clearly, the steps have started. You saw it earlier this week with the departure of 2 of the 3 trading heads. That's part of this process where Solomon starts to think about who he wants in certain positions, and whether those people, whether executives who were serving under a long time under Lloyd want to stick around for the next era.